Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host, and going to do a bit something different now. A more upbeat and positive side to all of this. First of all, as I've always said, knowing about mortality should not be a terrifying thing. It just means you've got a time limit. It just means you've got an end point. It means you should be embracing life and doing all those things that you dreamed of and doing things that make you smile. That's what it means. It means that you'll be giving a thing. You say, yeah, get this stuff done, be happy. And that's a wonderful thing to know. To explore the universe and do everything that makes you happy. That your dreams, what gets you up in the morning, what makes you laugh, what makes you smile, the people that matter to you. Don't treat it as if you've got infinite time. Do what matters to you. That's the first thing. The second thing is appreciate all of those people, all of those wonderful people in your life that matter to you. They're the ones that have been there for you. Be you. I always said that. I did a video a long time ago and it was just the letters B and U, and it just meant simply be you. Do what makes you happy. Define yourself by you, not by what other people say, not by what society says. As long as you don't go out hurting other people, be you. My mum had a hard life. She did. But she did what made her happy. Her first husband, my mum's first husband, unfortunately died very early on. I wasn't even born. I wasn't in part of the picture yet. He suffered an injury at work that caused a brain hemorrhage, and he died like months after they had got together. Not even 6 months after their wedding. It was such a tragedy. Then she met my dad. And my dad died when he was 32. He was an amazing person. He worked his way up through the pottery bank. He was becoming a manager. He'd done really, really well. And the thing is, I'm happy to wait here. Well, there's no one coming this way, and there's no cars there, so I'm going to cross. But my dad was more focused on my sister. My sister was adopted And so I think he overcompensated. And so she had a tumultuous life, but after my dad passed, she looked after us, made sure that we could be ourselves. She appreciated us for who we are. And gave us a good life. And she looked after me. She may not have known I was autistic, but she knew I was different. And she put me in many ways, I spent most of my time with her. There's many, many, many iconic times in my life that my mum was there for me. There's many times that me and my mum spent together, like when she was working nights. I remember one time, my mum had such an amazing work ethic. She would never not go to work. I mean, it would have to be real. Like, I remember one winter's night when she was supposed to go and look after one of the social services places that was empty, but to make sure nobody tried to break in, so someone had to be there. And everybody else was calling off sick because there was like 7 inches of snow on the ground, taxis weren't running, cars couldn't go anywhere. So my mum, she just got on her big wellies, her big coat and everything. The place she was going to work was like almost 3 miles away, and she just went, and I said, I'm coming with you, and I didn't want her to go on her own. And yeah, we walked through the snow together laughing. I remember one time when we were down, we had just walked up with Paola, pushing her wheelchair together, we were looking after her, and it started raining. Now Paola had this wonderful like of a poncho that went over her on top of the wheelchair, and well, me and my mum were just in t-shirts and jeans. And it started raining really hard. I mean, we are talking, hitting you so hard that it almost caused pain. And me and my mum were just there, and we just started laughing. We just stood there in the rain laughing. Because we loved nature and we loved the rain and everything. And it was just such a wonderful little moment outside our house, about 100 yards from the house, and Paola thought we were crazy because we just did this. So I have so many positive memories with my mum. So many times that she was there for me. That I never had to face alone. She knew I was different. She taught me to cook. She taught me to rewire a plug. She was the first person who taught me to rewire a plug. By the time I went to home economics and electrical class, I knew more about taking part. I mean, I loved to take part. She knew that I was different because I'd like to take part in things that I shouldn't. But she was amazing. All these things that she did for me. She gave me my first safe space. If she knew that technology, she bought me my first computers, and oh God, she bought me most of my computers. She got me a mainframe for the house, which wasn't a good thing because it didn't really fit and that, but hey, I had a mainframe computer when I was a child to play with. The old one from the college. Yeah, they do make it easy going up here. So yeah. Let me do something. I just want to stop there. She took me places and helped me to explore. She was the first person to actually accept my weirdness. She didn't try to change me, she didn't try to make me act normal. She allowed me to be me. And she had one hell of a sense of humour. And when Paola come along, at first she hated Paola, she really did. She thought Paola was just after me for some weird reason, for my money or whatever. But very, very soon, within months, my mum took to Paola. And when Paola got ill, my mum was there. My mum was there fighting Paola's side with me when her own parents basically tried to section her. No. My mum was there on my side every moment. When we had to go to Birmingham for special treatment, my mum was there every single day to look after us and be there for us and support us. And Paola never ever had to ask for anything. My mum was very instinctive, and if Paola was interested in a new type of crafting or anything like that, then the next day my mum would arrive with a new bag full of felt or paper and gel pens and things that she'd picked up in town. My Paola always felt guilty, but she never asked for anything. My mum just loved to do that. And me, my mum knew the limits with me. Let's get past this guy. Excuse me, can I just get... It's okay, thank you. My mum, with me, she knew me. We always used to joke that I had to make an effort. Paola could have anything. Paola could literally have anything. Anything that Paola wanted, my mum would provide. Instantly, empathetically, she'd just do it without Paola going to... Me, if I wanted a new computer, if I wanted new technology, I had to prove to my mum, though, it wasn't just a flash in the pan. She knew... Even though we didn't have the diagnosis, she knew what I was like. She knew that sometimes my brain would go after stuff that was just something because it was shiny and it wasn't important. So she'd make me work for it. She'd make me lay down all the reasons I needed this new technology or wanted this new device and that. She would never stop me. She would always do it for me, but she always made me stop and think. She always made me put it down in words, not on paper, and go over it with her. And even if I would talk about it for like 9 hours at a time because I was oversharing, she would listen. She would just basically make sure that what I want was really what I wanted. Before we even knew of my problems and she was my coping strategy. She was part of all of that. She did so much for me. And every Tuesday and Thursday, she would come up to our house and we'd order takeout and we'd watch a film together. My mum loved science fiction films. Oh my God, she loved them. One of her favourite films was 2 films. Highlander, there can be only one, the original. The second one thing that was Aliens, the second Alien movie. How much did we love that? Before Paola came along and when we had... My mum was always into technology and adding stuff and that. So where's the turn off down here? I'm going to go all the way down here to turn because I know I can get down here and across over there and it's better. Okay, so we had to have 3 different VHS copies of Alien Special Edition because when it came out, me and my mum every single night would watch it. We'd go to the local place, pick up some sweets and that, and then we'd sit down at night and watch it. And by the end, we'd start to both of us speaking both the actual the lines for it and so on, and it was like Morning. And she was always, we would watch things and she let me watch horror movies way earlier than I should have been able to. She let me choose. My mum introduced me to we'll just get up there. She bought me a subscription to Playboy magazine. My mum did. When I reached, I think it was 15. I was doing all the things normal kids do as you grow up, and she sat me down and says, here's this magazine. I've set you up a year-long subscription. And then she said to me, now listen to me, and listen to me now. The women inside this magazine are not real. They are fake. They spend all their time in a superficial world. They have entire entourages making sure they look perfect. The pictures are edited, and that what you see on these pages is not real. So remember that this isn't real. This is just for entertainment. And that was my mum. That was what she would do for me. She was amazing. And so I'm who I am today, in part because of Paola and in part because of my mum. That's who I am. My ethics, my abilities, my ability to fight and everything. My coping strategies all started with my mum. She was wonderful. And so that's her legacy with me. She taught me right from wrong. School didn't. Other people didn't. My mum taught me right from wrong. Taught me ethics and morals and what mattered, and that people mattered more than money. When talking about careers and everything, my mum always said, do something that makes you smile. If you ever get a job, do something that makes you smile. So a lot of my talks that I do at Munchies and that come from her. From who she was. I am so lucky to have had a mother like that, because I know a lot of people don't. So yeah, I will never say that my mum was the best mum in the world, but I will say she was the best mum in the world for me. She was the very best mum in the world for me. And when it comes down to it, that is what mattered. So we're going to go down here and go in the main entrance, but I like to cross over down here. It's my path now. I like this path. So yeah.